Hi everybody, it's Lizzie with Silly Little Things. This video is for my Make a Chicken panel. So, everyone should be receiving a packet that looks like this, right? And inside, you have your little chicken pieces. There will also be handouts of the stuffing, needles, and googly eyes. There will also be one thread. All right, so first things first, we are going to open your little packet. You open it up. You're going to have your beak, also known as tiny Dorito, and this. So, what we have here is the gobble, we'll call it, and the hair. Easy way to remember, the gobble and the hair. We're going to take your scissors, and we're going to cut these out. Just follow the lines, all right? So let's cut these out. Do, 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 do. Cut, cut, cut. So now I have my gobble. Let's put that down. And then you're going to cut your hair. Okay, here we go. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, these are your own personal chickens. You could even change the look of it, just as long as you have a flat bottom here and a flat bottom there. Okay, now, next up, I'm going to put these off to the side for myself. You are going to take your chicken fabric, make sure it's folded. The short ends touch each other, and then the long ends are down there. So you have your big piece, you close it, and then you have your little piece. We drew little dots and a line, dots and a line, dot and a line, dot, dot, dot. The dots and the line are where you're going to sew, but the lines are very important. The top one that has your line here, the top one has got one line. You're going to take your gobble gobble, okay? Now we're going to look at it and say, which one looks like the cool direction? So this is what it's going to look like, okay? See how it is right on top of this line? There's the line, put it on top. See the area it is? Now, that's where you're going to open your fabric and put your chicken gobble in, or I'm sorry, not the gobble, the hair. And then we're going to close it. So underneath here where the line is, that's where my chicken hair is. A little sandwiched in there, see? Now we're going to do the same thing with the beak and the gobble. You're going to take your beak, aka Dorito. You're going to see these two lines and go, where do I kind of like it? The top line is where the beak is going to go on the inside, okay? So we're going to open it back up, say okay. I'm going to get my chicken in right here, my little beak, close it up. Looks pretty good. If it gets too high, your beak's going to be like a unicorn horn. So don't get it way too high. Just keep it around the lines, and then you're going to take your little gobble, think the same thing. Okay, that looks pretty good. You're going to open it up. I personally like to put the gobble right, you see how I got the edge here? You can either put it right underneath or just slightly on top. Like so. Sorry. Just realized it's a little low. But there's your edge, and then you got these guys. I'm going to close that back up. So right now, let me turn it like this, it's a little easier. Top is the hair, next line is your beak, and next line is your gobble. All right, this is where it gets fun. You're going to take your string, you're going to take your needle, and we're going to go ahead and thread this. Now, I am ancient, so it's a little harder to thread. Once you thread it, you're going to bring it down with the two, okay? Have the ends meet. And then we're going to tie a double knot. Now, I'm not going to teach you how to tie. I can only hope you all know how to tie a double knot at this point. If you can tie shoes, you can tie a double knot. One, and then two. All right? If you want to feel more safe, do three. And that's okay. You can cut the excess off of your little ties if you want, or you just leave it as is. It is okay. So now we're going to sew. Oh my goodness, here we go. Now with the cotton, it kind of keeps the beak and the hair together, and that's great. Let's see. As I fiddle with mine, here we go. All right. So these little dots are like a good estimate of how wide to keep your stitches. Okay, so I am going to, it's going to be a little hard for me doing the thing, but you start with the first dot, stick your needle through, pull all the way through. There you go. Make sure your knot doesn't go all the way through. And then you're going to come up on the other side with the next dot. And we're just going to keep doing that. Down and up. I'm going to flip this so it's easier for me to sew it. I like to have it in front of me. So, I'm going to keep going. Don't cut your fingers like I just did. But you're going to follow the lines, go down and up, in and out. All right, so let me get to the next part. Make this a little faster for myself. When you get to the lines where it's not dots, you're going to continue doing the up and down through. This is securing the first part, your hair, securing the hair to the fabric. So we're going to bring it down to the corner here. Let me show you mine in 1 second. Let me get to the corner. It is not perfect, and that's okay. I'm used to do these on sewing machines. So right now, I've gone straight across the top. I've secured my hair in the fabric. Okay? Now we've made it to the corner. Now we're going to go down. And this is going to secure your little beak and your gobble. So same method, just follow the little dots and the little lines and go up and down, up and down. And just be careful that you don't pull too tight or your string gets all twirly. There we go, up and down. Follow it through. Up and down. You're going to take it all the way down to where the dots stop, okay? So I'm going to do that real quick for myself. So I can speed up the video. All right. So now we have this. You've already gone across the top. You've made your turn. And now you're going down to the end. Now the hard part is getting it off the string. So what I like to do is, where I came just out, I poke back a hole, and before I, what is it called? Before I pull the thread all the way through, I bring it back through, and I just put the needle through that little loop, and it makes a knot. Or you can take it and make your own little knot if you want. If you want to take it like, and just, oh gosh, you got to stay in the video, Lizzie. Or you can take the thing and just knot it. Any way you want to get it done. You can also take, you can unsnip it from the needle and take the two threads, pull them apart, and double knot them. So it's really hard to show on video. I'm so sorry. But you can go like this. You just tie them together like a knot. My hands are too hard. They're too tiny. They're too big. They're too something. But so you make a little knot. You tie them together. And ta-da. So now you've got this, okay? We're here. You've made one row. You've made one row. Now, I did run out of thread. So I'm going to re-thread real quick. But the next part is not to turn it inside out just yet. Do not do it. We are not ready for that. You might think we're ready, but we are not. So if you need more threads, okay. Get more thread. More thread activated. Excellent. So, I'm going to rethread, make my knot. Ah, it's a little twisty. That's okay. So, make my double knot again. One. Just one knot. And second knot. Now you don't have to double string it. That's okay. If you use one string and make a tiny little knot, that's fine. Just as long as it doesn't go through the fabric. All right. So this is the semi-tricky part. You have your fold here, right? You have your, we'll call it your point here. What you're going to do is take the fold, go like that, and you're going to match up where the fold was to here. So kind of center. There you go. So it looks like that. You've undid the fold, brought the center of the fold to where your seam is. Okay? Now, we're going to stitch only a little bit. You do not want to stitch all the way across because then you can't turn your chicken in right side out and then stuff it up its butt, right? So I like to say you're going to go 1, 2, 3. Oh, fix your string because it gets a little knotted sometimes. 3. And then bring it back in. So it's only about, I'd say, maybe the size of your thumb. Like that. So I'm going to go ahead and knot it off again because now we're done that little seam. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Knot it off. Make a new little knot because now you're going to do the other side. So again, this is what it looks like. Just a little, you know, thumb wide little stitch. Now we're going to do it to this side. Okay? You're going to push it together. Take this and go 1, 2, in and out, 3. And again, just about a thumb wide. If you want to go a little more secure, you're more than welcome to. You can go like a 4th stitch. That's okay. I'm just leaving it so you're able to stuff it a little easier. And you're just going to tie it off once again. Just tie it off. Boop. Snip it. Don't snip too close to the knot, by the way. You want to leave a little bit of a strand. I meant to say that. I am so sorry. We're like almost done. I'm just telling you how to snip a knot. Silly me. Just leave a little tail. That way your knot doesn't come undone too easily. That's all. You know. That's life. You know what? These chickens, they're special. They're all different. And that's okay. That's what makes them cool and fun. So, you've got your seam here. We now have, you know, it looks like this and a little hole. Now it's time to turn it right side out. Now it's time. Take your little hole and push the little things through. Push and pull. Be gentle because we are only hand sewing these things. So we're going to turn it all the way out. There we go. So you're going to have these little corners. You want to push it just a little bit. Use your pinky fingers a little better so you get that little corner. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's one corner. Turn it. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Here comes the chicken beak. Here comes that guy. Here comes his hair. And if you want, you can push that corner out a little, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. So, this was where we originally stitched. That was our first row with our hair. And then we had the next row, right? We turn that corner. Now we have the chicken beak, her Dorito, and then your little gobble, and all the way down, right? And now you have this weird looking thing. So, where we made those tiny stitches, that 1, 2, 3, you're going to take the little thing, pop out the little corner. Same thing on the other side. with the 1, 2, 3 stitches. Pop it out. Now you have this. You have almost a chicken, right? Look at that. Almost a chicken. But you got a hole. Now, I don't have the stuffing with me. So you're going to put some stuffing in there. Don't fully squish them. We need to share the stuffing. All right? So now, pretend we stuffed it. Stuff, 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 stuff. And then we're going to take it. Take our little corners. Now, if you want to be super fancy, you're going to tuck in the raw seams. And you're going to pinch them together. Or you could say, my chicken likes to have a crazy little fuzzy bottom. That's okay too. But I like to tuck them in. Now, if you want, you can stitch straight across and call it a day. And you'll have a cool chicken. You can do that. Or you can just stitch where the opening was closed. Now, if you're doing it on a sewing machine, you'll probably want to just stitch where the opening was, this opening, and just stitch that closed. But you can go all the way across. So I'm just going to stitch where it's closed because I do have not much thread left. And it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sounds good, doesn't it? 7, 8. Depends on how, wide your stitches do go. But you want to have it so the stuffing doesn't pop out everywhere, right? You want to be able to keep your chicken. So, I will now do the knot, stick it back through, stick it back through the loop, and tie it. Or again, you can take the 2 apart, like I was saying before. I'm old, I gotta see closer. All right, so you take it apart. If you want to do the, double knot, so you're gonna tie it just like a regular double knot, and then down till it meets the fabric, and then double knot again. 2, and then this is the one you want to cut a little closer to. But there you go. You have made, mine's an air chicken. But you've made your chicken. Look at that. And like I said, it's wherever you put this is either you're going to have a unicorn where it's all the way up here or a little lower, and that's okay. You can have your beak all the way down here. It's your chicken. You do what you want. But here we go. Here it is. This is where we closed it off. Look at that. Now you should have little eyeballs. I believe they're sticky. Just stick them on there. If you get home and you want to put, eyeballs that, don't have stickies, you can get ones and hot glue them on. Just be careful. Hot glue's hot. But yeah, here we go. This video is 17 minutes long. Oh no. Thank you for coming to the panel. Hopefully it goes well. Remember, nobody's perfect the first time. So if you make a mistake, it's okay. That's how we learn. All right. Thank you. Bye.